Hello, I'm Pat Fleming, owner of Fleming Fitness. I'm a kinesiologist and corrective exercise specialist. Fleming Fitness is a kinesiology and injury rehab company, and we treat MVAs and injured individuals in Ottawa, the surrounding area, and in Kingston, and we've been doing it for approximately 12 years now. Kinesiology is we go to school for the study of human movement. We're movement specialists. It's very active-based movement. So physiotherapy can be more passive, where you're doing, stimulation, ultrasound. You kind of lie on a table, and the physiotherapist might manipulate you. Where kinesiology is an exercise specialist, and we're going to actually make you move more, and you're going to do the movement, and you're going to be active and doing exercise therapy. So that's what the difference between the two are. Kinesiology is one of the most important aspects of the recovery, and it's something that's usually overlooked because it's the client that is moving and getting better, and it's more active and not passive. So when you have physio, acupuncture, chiro, you're kind of lying on a table saying, "Fix me." And so I find the insurance adjusters like the fact that our treatment is active based. The client has to do the work to get better themselves. So I do find it's a very important key to the puzzle. Usually it's one of the last pieces. I wish we would come in sooner because it's very important. We're movement specialists. Will help you move better, feel better, increase your strength and energy, decrease your pain, improve your quality of life. So it's a very crucial key to the puzzle, and something that I think is overlooked a little bit too much. Yeah, so exercise therapy will focus on strength and conditioning and mobility and movement. One thing you have to realize though, exercise and movement are not the same thing. So if someone has improper movement patterns and you're going to start loading them up with more weight and more reps, when they have inefficient movement patterns, they're just going to break down the body more. So what we do as movement specialists is we want to make sure they have a solid foundation in terms of movement patterns before we start loading them up. But the exercise obviously is beneficial to anyone as long as they're doing it properly and safely. When there's an injury, usually there is going to be compensation over time. So you do want to do physiotherapy right away, but over time, there could be compensation. It could lead to muscular imbalances in other joints. And what we would want to do is focus on the muscular system, correct those muscular imbalances, and make sure we're working on the proper movement patterns and focus on strength and conditioning of the total body. So it makes your activities of daily living easier. You're in less pain. You're playing with your children easier. You're able to maybe get back to work. So that's how it kind of ties into a personal injury claim. We look at a few different things for that question there. We look at when the injury occurred, so the date of loss, the severity of the injuries, the treatment they've had to date. We like to see what they've been doing, have the records of that, and also if they have any imaging, so if they have ultrasounds, MRIs, X-rays, we'd like to just see those things before our assessment, and then we would assess and then prescribe the proper exercise prescription for them. So one of the big challenges that we face with when we work with the insurance companies and an injury claim is we usually get a chance to work with them for a certain amount of time, and then sometimes there's not enough resources put towards maybe kinesiology. So we'll work with them for 1 or 2 treatment plans, then they see improvements, and then they're denied treatment from the insurance and maybe sent for an independent assessment. So we stop treatment for a good month or 2, and then when it comes back, hey, it's approved, you can resume your kinesiology, we're actually starting from scratch again. So it'd be actually more beneficial to everyone that if they just kept treatment going, because we're seeing improvements, keep it going. That way they wouldn't have that yo-yo effect of never getting better. So that's something that I would suggest. Yeah, so if you've been in an injury, I would definitely go to the hospital, get as much records as you can for you, whether it's x-rays, imaging, even if it's minor, you feel fine, because your adrenaline is going in an accident. You might feel perfectly fine, and then the next day it's like a train wreck. Go to the hospital, make sure you get cleared, and when in doubt, call a lawyer and get help.